thought I was going in one direction, and because of this program, it helped me choose a different direction, which truly is where I needed to go.
I was looking at homelessness, so at the point I was at, I needed to receive the training really quickly.
They teach you about all the resources that are available for you, and I was just so blown away.
Riley, Ace, and Tricia all have 3 very different stories, but they all have one thing in common: Arizona at work.
So let's listen over here where it says My Key Strengths.
Arizona at Work is a program that helps displaced workers in various economic and age groups train for new careers. SOAR is a part of Arizona at Work. Neva Smith is a training specialist and explains more about the program.
SOAR is a week-long session of employability workshops where job seekers come in and they assess their skills, they look for career matches, they identify their strengths, they learn a little bit more about communication and marketing themselves, utilizing their soft skills, and then they put together a packet of that research and take it back to the career advisor so that they can make a joint decision about the direction of their career.
The program spans from people of all walks of life, interests, and education.
They have a day of resume and branding where they identify their brand and align it with the company brand. And then there's a day of interviewing where we actually practice interviews and talk about different interview formats. There's also a piece on the last day where they take a look at social media for job search, such as creating and developing their LinkedIn profile.
I'm a student in the SOAR program. I actually like the program. Some people are coming back here to learn more and do a different trade.
I learned how to create my own personal brand that is impressive enough to get me hired.
One lady was a microbiologist, and now she's went into a completely different field at a later age in life.
The program has been very successful with getting me to understand who I am and what my values are to an employer.
The program gives everyone the opportunity to feel like they can succeed and do well. One of the experts that were here yesterday was very motivating.
Started off with our personal assessments and personality assessments, going through and getting our colleagues and family and friends to give us basically endorsement.
Now, let's hear from SOAR graduates Ace, Riley, and Tricia.
I just felt like I was a failure, and my life started going downhill because I could never find a good, stable job. And I couldn't understand why. And when you don't understand something, it gets confusing, you get depressed. And of course, I started drinking, and my life started going, downhill. I felt like I was at the end of my ropes.
Ace had various jobs in call centers and even worked as a travel agent, but he got laid off. He took his life back after meeting with Arizona at Work.
They just don't put you in any job there. They listen to you, they make an assessment, and they say, this is what I feel will be a good fit for you.
They helped him with a resume and helped find a job in peer counseling.
They actually took my resume, and I love this part, and they redid my resume, and when I read it, I had to ask them, is this me? But again, my mind was set on becoming a peer support specialist.
It wasn't easy for Ace, but it took a leap of faith, and now he is working for the organization that helped him get back on his feet.
I had plenty of opportunities. There were job opportunities everywhere for me to work as a peer support trainer. But the one that stood out to me the most was working for Community Bridges. And the reason why I selected Community Bridges because you get out, you're not stuck in the office, but you get out and you go in an environment where the homeless people are at. And they give me the opportunity to share my story of being homeless, being an alcoholic. And I work with veterans now who are homeless, been diagnosed with PTSD.
Hello, this is Ace. How can I help you?
Community Bridges was the organization that reached out to help me get my life back on track. And to be able to do for them and work for them and help others the way they helped me is a blessing.
Ace has done a complete 360 and is doing great.
I'm happy to say today the things they have helped me with. 2 weeks ago, I just graduated with my bachelor's degree in psychology with a 3.90 average. And I am going this afternoon for an orientation for my master's degree in the master's degree accelerated program to be a professional counselor.
Tricia had an interesting career in aviation for about 30 years. She retired, joined a software company right here in Phoenix, but her life changed when she was downsized.
In December, I was simply running an errand and I passed a job fair that was taking place, and it was the sign that was on the side of the street that called my attention to it. So I'm thinking, note to self, after I run my errand, I'm gonna come back. It's 10 minutes till 2, I walk inside.
That quick encounter changed her life. She learned more about the SOAR program and learned a lot about herself.
SOAR program itself was a week long, and then during each day were different assessments and evaluations and exercises to help you discover who you were, where you should be, where your strengths were, and where you should go from there.
Tricia is a perfect example of how SOAR totally gave her a new perspective on different career opportunities. She never thought she would be in human resources for construction management.
Levi, Tricia Schmidt with TD Industries, how are you?
She started entirely a new career and is happy and successful.
TD Industries is a leading mechanical construction company. We specialize in plumbing and HVAC on a commercial level. We are based out of Dallas, where we were founded over 70 years ago, and we got our start in Phoenix with the Cardinals Stadium about 16 years back. That was a very successful endeavor for us, and we've been growing ever since.
I think it is totally awesome, and if I ever lost my job, I would hope that this program would be here to assist me, my friends, and my family members to reconnect to the world of work.
So my name is Riley Monahan, and I'm a clinician. So part of my job is to work directly with the residents here. And really it's instructing on life skills and vocational training and a lot of just restructuring of the way we think.
Riley works at Crossroads Rehabilitation Treatment Center in Arcadia for people dealing with substance abuse disorder. Riley knows firsthand how this disease can take over your life. He too, at one time, sought treatment here.
So in the past, I've had a few years of sobriety, and then the car accident happened, and then kind of lost everything this time around. And that's how the progression of the disease works, is that we usually wind up in a place where we lose a lot. And I did, and so Crossroads was pretty much the only option, and I went through and I was very grateful. It's a bare and bones facility that gets right to the point. And so as I graduated, I was forced with, well, what's next? And they prepare you, and I was guided in the direction of, well, maybe this is an avenue you'd like to pursue working in this field.
Riley was at a major turning point in his life, but he took his life back, and SOAR helped him to do so.
And Arizona at Work was pretty helpful. I got in, they did an assessment, they helped me narrow down, well, is this the field I'd like to go into? And absolutely. So they were able to put me in a program that involved training. 2 weeks as opposed to going into a 3-month training was really helpful. And in a matter of 1 month, I was already receiving my first paycheck here. So it worked out to my benefit. So after graduating the SOAR program, Arizona at Work and their training coordinators have been instrumental in helping me continue to progress, and they've been very hands-on in contacting me and checking up on me and offering continued services.
There is not a fee structure. It's not a program that we charge for. Individuals, if I might say, as a result of the WIOA, that funding comes from the Federal Department of Labor down to the agencies, City of Phoenix, State of Arizona, and our partner agencies. So there's not a fee per individual. Don't wait. Go out to one of the Career Resource Centers today so that we can help you shape the foundation for your new career tomorrow.
I would absolutely recommend the SOAR program to anyone who finds themselves in a situation where they need to improve on their job skills, they need to discover where the next direction may be, having been in one area for so long and needing to develop and reinvent yourself, if you will. And that's what I feel I've done. I've reinvented myself very successfully through the SOAR program.
I would absolutely recommend the SOAR program to anyone seeking a change in life, a change in behavior, and improving their position in this world. My perspective has changed. My attitude has changed. And I certainly have, a lot of guys here have been asking, well, so how did you get to where you are? And it's been a wonderful opportunity for me to be able to answer that.
The minute I started applying my resume on employment, on the internet, like Indeed and all these, I started getting calls wanting to hire me.